Okay, we're just about there. I think my internet's being weird tonight. Okie dokie. There we go. Now we're on. Hey everybody, how's it going in your world? It is Groundhog Day. Isn't that amazing? And I didn't check. Did the groundhog see a shadow? Who knows? Somebody tell me. It's been a busy day. It's been a busy week. And I meant to check before I came on and I didn't. So who out there knows whether or not the groundhog saw its shadow? Of course, if it's Puxatawny Phil, then that's way away from us, but it's always fun to look, right? How many of you like the movie Groundhog Day? I personally do. I think it's hilarious. I quite enjoy it. The original with Bill Murray. All right, if you are watching with us today, would you do 6 more weeks of winter, of course? Oh well, we probably need it this year. Well, everybody needs water, although California got more than its fair share, didn't it? Thanks, Deborah. So tell me where you're watching from, and tell me what you're working on. Are you working on a project? I'd love to know. So tonight we are gonna, I've actually got a lot of things on. We're doing something different, always trying something different, and we decided to have some fun tonight. Yesterday, some of you may have seen our live about the brown bag mysteries. I'm gonna recap that very fast right at the beginning, just in case you have questions or you may have missed yesterday. It's your son's birthday. Well, happy birthday, Sue, to your boy. That's awesome. Quilts of Valor. Oh, wonderful, Deborah. That's fabulous. That is awesome. That is a wonderful project to be working on. Looking for a second bag. Okay. What was your first one? Hello there. So what we will do is, if you have not shopped with us before on the live sale and you are on Facebook, please type in the word register, okay? If you are a first-time shopper with us and you haven't registered before, or if you've been a lurker and you've been trying to figure out how this works, tonight might be the night. Register, hit return, and you'll get a message in your messenger asking you to confirm your account, and that's also while your cart, you'll be able to see your cart afterwards. If you're in the app, when you set up the app, that automatically sets you up. The reason you have to do that is Facebook wants to know that you want to be here and shop. So that's protecting you so that you're not doing it accidentally. We, as always, have flat rate shipping. Oh shoot, I forgot to change the... Okay, we have flat rate shipping for $7.50. The checkout time is really short tonight. Sorry about that. I'll see if I can change it, but I don't know if I can. It's supposed to be a couple of hours, and right now it's set to just an hour, which is what I did for yesterday. So, anyways, if there is something you want, each item, if you look in the this banner right here over my head, has a number associated with it. And so you type in the number into the comments, sold 101, if you are on Facebook. That's the word sold, then a space, and then the 3-digit number, whatever that may be, and that will put it into your cart. You then have to go into, just like any other online shopping experience, go into your cart in Messenger, finalize your cart, tell it you want to pay for it, and process it through. We don't see it unless it gets processed through. So look for that. Did I say flat rate shipping?
Yeah.
Okay, I said flat rate shipping. I'm kind of all over the place this week, guys. So we didn't have a show last week because I was in Florida. I was attending Symposium with about 60 other shops from around the country. It was so much fun. I literally only went out of the hotel to get dinner for 5 days. And one of those nights I ate in my room, so I never went out of the hotel. Anyways, we had so much fun doing some breakout sessions on how to be better shop owners, new projects and programs we might be able to offer. We did a lot of sewing. Well, some people did a lot of sewing. Lisa did a lot of visiting, a lot of looking, a lot of talking, some sewing. But it was a lot of fun. Met some great new friends, one of whom I chatted with tonight. Hi, Rosa, if you're out there. from Alabama. Cassidy's Nest. You might want to go check out her bags and see what they are. So one of the big things about Sewposium is that the 60 shops across the country are the exclusive representatives of Sewposium, and we are the only ones that have the brown bag mystery with the quilt designed by Karen Montgomery. Some of you may know her. She is a well-known pattern designer. She owned the quilt company way back in the day. And so she's awesome, okay? She has designed Timeshare, which is this year's mystery quilt. Now, a mystery quilt is one that you buy not knowing all the details. That is the fun. Who has done a mystery quilt before, or who has done the brown bag mystery before? Let's go ahead and drop a comment drop something in the comments. There we go. That didn't come out right. And let me know if you're new to mystery quilts, or if you're new to brown bag, or if you're an old hat at either. Okay, I'd love to know where you're at on mystery quilts. So let's go ahead and we'll start with Southwest Cactus, and I'll show you what this is all about while I'm waiting for you to tell me whether or not you know brown bags. And we're going to go through the rest of this really fast because we also did this yesterday, but I just wanted to make sure we caught some of you who maybe didn't get a chance to watch yesterday because it was during the day. 3 times. Awesome. Lori Schmidt's done mystery, but not a brown bag. Awesome. That's fabulous. Well, we're glad you're here tonight. Deborah has done 2 years of brown bag mysteries, total of 7 quilts. Oh, awesome, Deborah. Yes, you are a master, aren't you? And you know how good these patterns are that Karen puts together. This one, I'm not going to call this a focal fabric. I'm going to call it a featured fabric. The way this particular block works up, it's more of a feature than a focal. That's a hint. That's all I'm giving you. Every bag, there are 5 fabrics in total. They will all coordinate with the feature fabric that is tied on the ribbon. Now, I've got, believe it or not, for those of you who have been following, you haven't done one. Yeah, Naomi, I know what you think about mystery quilts too. I think they're fun. But then I know what's in this one. So anyway, believe it or not, you can actually go to my little static website that we've been battling with over the last year and buy these online. Amazingly enough, I'm totally shocked and astounded that we were able to get that done, but you can. I checked it out today, and you can buy these online, but it's easier to buy them here. We'll see it quicker and get it out to you quicker if you buy them here, but you can buy them on our website at cactusquiltshop.com. Okay? Inside, there are 5 cuts of fabric. They are labeled so you know what is in there, and there is a welcome sheet and cutting instructions. You then are invited to join Karen's private Facebook page where she will do demos and everything else. Between now and the end of February, she's doing a tip a day to better piecing. At the beginning of March, she will have a practice project where you'll get the pattern and you can use your own fabrics, or you can buy the kits that we'll offer at that time and practice the units that you'll be making, and then you can turn it into a table runner or a pillow, okay? But it'll let you practice. So now, sold 100 is Southwest Cactus. Everything in here will coordinate, okay? And we spent a lot of time making sure that the fabrics will give you the pop, and you'll see all the lovely piecing that's going on. So we're gonna go through these really fast. Yes, that's Carl. Carl cut.
I'm delayed over here, so
Carl's watching his. Carl's watching his iPad as I'm doing this, and there's a little bit of a delay for us, and so he didn't realize I'd already moved on. So this is patriotic. You can probably guess something similar will be in there that'll coordinate with this fun patriotic fabric. That is sold 101. Sold 102 is Red Hot. Yes, Kathy, that's awesome. Red Hot, chili peppers, people, chili peppers. Gotta love chili peppers. This is sold 102.
There you go.
Now, when you go into the brown bag group, and do give us a few days to get your name in there. I'm going to be sending my first one to her tomorrow. She goes through and looks at every single request, matches you up to the shop list that where you bought your quilt kit. So wherever you bought your bag, make sure you know what name is. We've got our name on the outside of the bag, and we've got a business card on the inside of the bag. So you have 2 chances to remember what Cactus Quilt Shop. And you need to put Cactus Quilt Shop because there are other shops around the country that are very similar. So Cactus Quilt Shop, okay? Then this one is sold 103, Cactus Garden. This is Cactus Garden number 2. Now Cactus Garden number 1 and number 2 are actually almost identical, just switching around fabric placement, okay? Now the bags are all $109.99. That's for all your fabric. It makes a 54 by 68 top, no borders, no binding, no backing. That's because that lets you create a truly unique quilt, right? We don't all like to be doing everything. So sold 104 is Cactus Garden 1. How I got those in opposite order, I don't know. But there you go. Don't you love that cactus print? I love that cactus print. That one was a fun one to put together. We had a lot of fun with that. All right, so what do you think, guys? What do you think? You seen anything there that's interesting to you? This one's my favorite, and this one I know Heidi likes. She was eyeing this one. A touch. This is what we fill out to make sure we have all your contact information correct when we send it to Karen. So that is a very important thing, and make sure if you're picking these up in a shop somewhere, please make sure you write legibly. We would hate for rushed handwriting to keep you out of the group. Anyways, I look at my husband and I wouldn't even let him fill it out if he should have been a PhD or a doctor from the way his handwriting is. Any of the rest of you? Yes, that's the one Michelle wants. Heidi Michelle wants this one. Isn't it beautiful? Touch of the Far East. Touch of the Far East, and this is the fabric. I think this is gorgeous. All right. So then we have, and by the way, we only have 1 or 2 of each of these bags, and as they sell out, we will start adding more, okay? Then we have sold 106, Flower Garden. Flower Garden.
Turn it around.
Oh, I did it again. That's because they're hanging down the backside.
Oh, yeah.
Flower Garden. Now those are leaves, but it's really pretty inside. Beautiful colors. That's sold 106. Sold 107. This one's very soothing and peaceful, and it's called Purple Butterflies. Purple Butterflies. Okay, and this is our featured fabric. Purple Butterflies. If you like butterflies, this will be a good one. All right, that sold 107, and then sold 108, and I think we only have 1 of these left because we sold one right before we closed the shop today, and it's called Sing the Blues, and it happens to be in my favorite colorway. Those of you who know me that if I see this color, I want to buy the fabric. It's very dangerous when my reps come to visit because I love this fabric. All right, so that's kind of a review of the Brown Bag Mysteries. Do any of you have any questions about Brown Bag Mysteries? I hope you'll join in the fun. You're going to have an opportunity to join in with quilters from all over the country. Last year, I think there were over 4,000 quilters in the group. So it's just awesome. So I hope you hop in with us and have some fun. I'm dying to see some of these quilts come out. We were fortunate enough to see some samples at Symposium, and it was really fun to take a look and see the choices and how different fabric selection makes your quilt look. It was just awesome. Okay. All right, let's move on. So I said in my little teaser that we had a new notion. That's the word I'm looking for. Got introduced to this last week. Oh my gosh. Now I knew about it and I tried something similar, but this is just awesome. This is our Acorns Easy Precision Piecing Starter Kit. Oh, this is so awesome. So let me tell you what is in here. Let me just tell you what is in here. And this is $27.99 for these 3 items. It all comes in all together. So how many of you struggle with your fabrics shifting, especially when you get to the end of the line as you're quilting through? Or they get, I don't know, they kind of get, what's the word, limp? And they just don't hold their crispness. Well, what's in here, there are 3 items in this starter kit, and it is so awesome. There is the yeah, Lisa's,
Tongue-tied?
no, it's a word that I just can't say anymore.
Oh.
This is a Seam-Align Gentle Hold Fabric Glue. So this is a little glue, and look at the little tiny, Naomi, I think actually everybody out there should absolutely plan to have this. Look at how tiny that little glue dot is. And it comes with a little cap so that it'll stay nice and moist. Now I used this when I was piecing last week. It held very nicely. It did not make the fabric stiff, but it held nicely. I hate pinning. I really hate pinning. I am a pinner because I like my things to add up, but I hate doing it. And I think some days it stops me from actually quilting because I don't like to pin. So what you do is, if you've got your units, your strips, your pieces, whatever it is that you're putting together, and you take your little glue, and I'm going to see if I can do this up close here, and you're going to just do a little tiny dab of glue, a little tiny dab of glue. And I don't know if the camera's catching this. Can you guys see? I'm trying to, just a little tiny dab of glue. And then what you do, so that takes no longer than putting a pin in. But what's really nice, yes you do, Naomi, I knew you'd love this. What's really nice is you then take your unit or your piece or whatever it is, and you line up those raw edges. Now you can't really see this here, but I can feel it just a little bit on that edge. Now if you hit that with an iron, it's going to hold, and it'll hold together. Since I don't have an iron on, it's not gonna, I should have turned on the iron. Oh well, shame on me. But you hit that with an iron and it will hold. And so then when you're putting it through the machine, it holds nice and tight and it doesn't move. Now if you've got cuts on the bias, you really, really want to do this because it's going to help with that stretch where it doesn't. Oh, Donna, you have it. Yes. Isn't it wonderful? It's absolutely wonderful. Now, the other thing I love about this is you've got that little thing there. Doesn't take any longer than doing a pin. But you've also got in this starter kit this pen. This is the Easy Press pen. And this is, they have their Easy Press in here, and it is a beautiful, beautiful starch that just crisps it up so awesomely. And then you have the bottle of that fabric treatment. Now this isn't just a starch. Believe it or not, they discovered this quite by accident, that it also helps the fabric to repel dirt. They had made this up and they were doing it as an Easy Press product. And they were going to a show, I think, and they dropped one of their samples in a mud puddle. And they were just, well, you all know we've done something like that, right? We've all dropped something. And they discovered that it rinsed out super clean and they didn't have any graying. And so then they started testing, and it really helps kind of give the fabric a very nice finish so that it keeps that layer of dirt off. Now we all have oil on our hands. It doesn't matter how often we wash our hands, there's going to be that little bit of oil. Whenever there's that little bit of oil, there's going to be a little bit of grime. So if you're doing handwork and stuff like this, it's awesome. Now I have to tell you, we don't have it yet, it's on back order, but there is the most awesome sprayer that is it's a mister, but it's electric. So if you have problems with your hands, it's not here yet, but it's coming. I'm so excited. And we couldn't even talk about it until today. Today is the official release, and I didn't get any. It's in my cart and it's on back order, and mainly because there were 60 shops there who all went and I mean literally we had a whole discussion with Jim with Checker about the awesomeness of this mister, and I used it the whole week I was there. Oh, it pressed so nicely, and I just had to tap it, and I could adjust the spray. And now it's just, if you have problems with your hand, watch for this. It's on order. I will let you know when it's here because it is going to be incredible. So that's your Easy Piecing Precision Starter Kit. You get all 3 items in this starter kit, and I used these all last week, and I absolutely thought they were wonderful. I used all of them. It makes such a difference in getting those nice crisp seams, keeping those pieces together, and oh, just fabulous. I would recommend making sure you get, and I should have put this on the list today, a little iron and a wool mat right next to you so you can just hit that with that iron and really have it go well. Anyway, so that's sold $109, Easy Precision Piecing Starter Kit. If you want to up your piecing, that's one of the ways to do it and get rid of the pins. So now we're going to go into our mania of pre-cuts. I ran around the store grabbing pre-cuts. It was so fun. I had everybody running around the store actually grabbing pre-cuts. It was a lot of fun. So we're just going to highlight pre-cuts. All right, confession time. Confession time. Who doesn't sew with pre-cuts and why? I want to hear all of you join in as to why you don't sew with pre-cuts or why you do sew with pre-cuts. Why do you sew with pre-cuts? Let's hear it. While you're typing in about pre-cuts, for a long time I didn't do pre-cuts, but I have to tell a story on Melody. She's one of my store associates, and she's also in charge of education. She was one of those that turned her nose up at pre-cuts. She did a jelly roll pattern last week and was so excited because it came together so fast. She didn't have to cut. Again, this is another thing that if you have problems cutting with your wrist, with your shoulder, pre-cuts can help take that stress down because now you're not having to do quite as much cutting. Okay? Anita uses pre-cut, fast and convenient. Love the color palette in the pre-cuts. Yes, Donna, that's awesome. They're already coordinated. They take the guesswork out. Those of you who say, I'm not good at color, work with some pre-cuts. The color's worked out. A lot of pre-cuts have most of the line, depending on how big the line is. And so it will be awesome. So here is something to start us off with. Just one charm pack quilt. So a charm pack is, if it says charm pack, it's a fabric by Moda. Moda has trademarked charm pack. What a charm pack is a stack of 5-inch pre-cut squares. So every square is roughly basically 5 inches. Charm pack is Moda. They were one of the first to go to market with it. Everybody followed along, but Moda got that trademarked, and so a charm pack is Moda. But everybody else does 5-inch stackers, 5-inch packs, 5-inch whatever. It's the same thing, okay? So this one is a book with a collection of perfect charm pack patterns. So if you have charm packs or 5-inch squares, you can make these quilts. Now you can cut your own. We've done it. But you can also buy them, and you can make these quilts. And there are, oh dear, how many? 18 projects in 2 colorways. So you've got lots of projects in here, lots of patterns, and the cost on this is $24.95. Okay, $24.95. Sold $110. Sold $110. So drop that in your cart for some great patterns. Okay, so let's move on. Iris and Ivy charm pack. Here is upside down. here is a charm pack, and it is a charm pack because it's by Moda. But now let's take a look. See, you can see all the different fabrics in the line are in this charm pack, this 5-inch stack. Ooh, look at that one. Purple's probably my second favorite color. When we got married, our room was lavender. I had a lavender and white quilt that my very best friend tied for me. It was on our bed until it literally fell to pieces.
Yeah.
Tied quilts often do that. Okay, Iris and Ivy. That is $11.99. Sold $111. Freedom Road is sold $112. This is Kansas Trebles. So this is also Moda. This one works really well for a very muted. Let me figure out how to get this to you guys. There we go. This one definitely has a repro feel to it. A little bit of, it could work as a patriotic because it's a very muted red, white, and blue. Very subtle. And it's pretty. So this is a charm pack, and it's called Freedom Road, sold $112. Now, I've got another pattern for you. This actually coordinates the Freedom Road. But just because that's the fabric that's on the pattern, which they do to help sell the fabric, doesn't mean you can't make your own fabric choices in any pattern. So I think this would be a really cute one in other patterns. If this were in brights, purples and blues and greens, I think it would be lovely. But it's called Sparklers, and it uses pre-cuts, 10-inch squares, and stuff like that. So by the Kansas Trebles, sold $114. Freedom Road Sparklers. Okay. So this next one is Sweet Tea and Honeybees. It's by RB Studios. Has anyone used RB Studios? I know many of you are aware of Moda. Obviously, they're one of the biggest fabric companies in the world, actually. But how many of you have heard of RB Studios? This is a line that we just found a few months ago. It's a very sweet, beautiful line. I love this because it shows you what's on the back. These are the fabrics that are in this little 5-inch stack. This is sold $115. Sold $115. But what we found is that this RB Studios has a very, very nice hand to it, which means I haven't checked yet. I need to check, but they probably have a pretty high thread count because that's what's going to give you that beautiful, beautiful hand. Okay, that was one of the things I learned when we were there. The CEO, I think, our president of QT Fabrics was there with us, and he talked about how QT is now going to up their thread count to either 70 or 75 threads per square inch from 60. So we're going to see a higher thread count, which means a softer feeling fabric, that beautiful hand that almost feels like silk. That's what we like. If you've bought sheets, you know that the higher the thread count, the softer the sheets. Same thing with cottons and quilting fabrics, exact same thing. All right, so Sweet Tea and Honeybees. Now this is Sweet Tea and Honeybees. Oh, did we have it there twice? No. I'm confused. Oh, it's the diamonds. Those of you who English paper piece, already cut, ready to go. Save a lot of time. We've got it in the 5-inch diamonds, and we've got it in, I think we've got it in hexies too, but I don't know if they're coming up yet. Okay, hexies are next. Oh, Carl wants the diamonds back. You know, he wants to stay organized. You should see our back room, guys. Everything's flying all over the place, and I said, good luck finding the numbers, because I wasn't putting them down anywhere, any kind of order. There are the hexies, okay? Already pre-cut for you in all the different colors. It's going to color coordinate. Any English paper piecers here? Yeah, Name, their fabrics do feel amazing. I absolutely love their fabrics. And that is $117, sold $117. And that is, how much is that one? $12.99?
Yeah.
$12.99. Already pre-cut. but some of you didn't know you could get pre-cut shaped pieces. Arabian Studios is the only one I've seen do it. Anybody English paper piece? Yes or no? Come on, drop a yes or no in. Let me know. Okay. Deep breath. Lisa's talking awfully fast. Moving on to more of the sweet tea and honeybees. This is their 2.5-inch strip pack. Is it 2.5 or yes,
Yeah,
2.5.
2.5.
There are 44 strips that are.
42. It says 42 here. Does that say?
Oh, I'm sorry. 42 different strips, 44-inch width of fabric. I misread. So 2.5 inches, the width of the fabric. You could make a gorgeous jelly roll out of this. Gorgeous jelly roll. So Donna, no EPP for you, huh? I will admit it takes. I think it's a great project if you're traveling, but I probably would do cross stitch or embroidery over EPP personally. Mainly because I haven't learned it yet, and I really should. Jackie was learning it, so I need to talk to her. All right, so here's our strips. And these are beautiful, and here are all the different ones in there. I think these are such fun, beautiful springtime. You could make a lovely springtime throw to put on a bench on your porch, on a bench in your entryway, in your living room, to just brighten it up for spring. Don't you think that would be awesome? This is sold $118 for this strip pack. Okay, 42 different pieces. Typically, a full strip pack will have 42. Sometimes you'll see a junior strip pack, especially in boutiques, that only have 20. All right, we had these on a little while ago, but Valentine's Day is just around the corner. If you've got a special someone you want to make a quilt for, grab this, grab the book. We've got some other patterns coming up. I think this one would be really cute in that sparklers pattern. Here are the different fabrics that are in there, okay? And this is Mint for You 5-inch squares by Riley Blake. It's Melissa. I can't read it. I don't read writing that small anymore, guys. Anybody else have that problem at night? Or it gets a lot tougher to sew at night than it used to be? All right, Mint for You is sold $119. Sold $119, and the price on that one $14.29. $14.29? Okay. $14.29. All right, so we've also got, we had that strip pack. This is a strip roll. Okay, this is where the term jelly roll comes from, but this is not Moda, so this is a roll up. This is Kona, and this is Kona Sheen. So it's hard to see in this roll up with the way they've got it, but this fabric has a bit of a shine to it. It's actually really pretty, but it's also a little heavier, so just keep that in mind. But look at the wonderful rainbow of colors, and these are all solids. Shiny, shiny, sheeny solids. Ooh, say that 3 times fast. Shiny, shiny, sheeny solids. Anyone can say that? Did anyone say that along with me? Shiny, shiny, sheeny shots. Solids. So this is the 2.5-inch strip. This has, again, this has 40 pieces. That's 2.5 inches by the width of the fabric. It's about 2.8 yards of fabric in this. Okay? But all pre-cut. All pre-cut. Can you imagine how long it would take to cut 2.5-inch strips? 40 of them? Actually, I can. We've done it. Okay, that was sold $120. That was some spring. We're looking back at autumn, but hey, got time to get stuff ready so that you're not hurrying. This is from In the Beginning. Love In the Beginning. And this is Reflections of Autumn. And this is, they're calling it just a 2.5-inch strip. They do 40 strips in their roll, okay? And it's just all autumn leaves and autumn colors and real pretty. Okay? And that is sold $121. $121. All right, are you all out there? Everybody's gone quiet on me. I'm beginning to feel like I'm all by my little lonesome self back here. Who's still out there with me? Aren't you so proud of me? I'm remembering to change the banner with all these different ones. I think this is the best I've done. Now, what do you bet I forget next time?
Nope.
Girl won't let me. All right, who's out there still, guys? Who's out there still? The next one is a 2.5-inch strip pack. I think this is R&B Studios again, isn't it? Sold $123. Sold one. Oh no, yes, this is. It's just a different collection. This is Finch and Fern, I believe. Yes, it is. So 42 pieces, 2.5 inches. And again, beautiful hand on these. Beautiful. Hey, Donna, you're here with me still. Awesome. Thank you for chiming in. Sold $123. Sold $123. The cost on that? For some reason, this doesn't show me.
$37.99.
$37.99. $37.99. So in the past, I've had costs right here, and I didn't do that this time, and I'm finding why. You're happy watching, Kathy. Oh, well, good. Good. I'm glad you're happy watching. All right, so another one that we got in, hey Naomi, is sold $124. If I don't say the number, Carl has no idea what's coming up next. Hey Linda, how are ya? All right, so this is Birdsong. Now this is a Moda, so they call it a layer cake because it's Moda. Moda did all of theirs, jelly rolls, layer cakes, charm packs, mini charms, okay? So this is an original Moda layer cake. And this is called Birdsong by Gingerbread. And this is really fun. On the back of this one, I don't know if you can see it very well. Let me see if I can tip it so that you don't get the glare. But here are different ways you can cut or slice your layer cake. So some cutting ideas to create your units. Those of you who are going through Tucker University and learning how to make units, this is a great thing to take a look at, to make some different units from, and you've got all these great coordinating fabrics to work with. So this is Birdsong by Gingerbread. This is sold $124, sold $124. Okay, so go ahead and pop that in your cart and get started with some layer cakes. How many? So in the layer cake, there are, good question. Moda does 42. That's pretty typical. You're seeing 40 to 42 pieces. It's beautiful. Okay. I love that, Michelle. That's awesome. But you're usually seeing 42 10-inch pieces in a layer cake or a 10-inch pack. Sometimes there's 40. It depends a little bit on the manufacturer. But it's typically 40 to 42. It's actually quite a bit of fabric. It really, really is. I don't have the math on it, but it's actually more fabric than you think. Heidi cut layer cakes out of slow stroll. We cut our own. And it actually took a lot of fabric. So there actually is quite a bit of fabric in here for you to get a nice quilt. And there are lots of wonderful patterns out there. We've got some in the shop. So sold $125. Sold $125 is Emma, also a layer cake, also Moda. You know what's funny? Before I owned a shop, I would watch shop owners, and they would always seem to know who the designer was, who the manufacturer was. And I thought, how can you possibly keep that straight? I'm not sure how, but I seem to be figuring that out because I find it out. You found a cute pattern using layers. Oh, awesome! Awesome! We'll have to share. Hey, Heidi. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. All right. So this one is called Emma. Again, Moda, Sharon, Chelsea. Okay. So there's the picture of the designers. This has also got some really, I love the colors in here. These yellows and oranges. And see these beautiful little small prints. I think they're lovely. And there's the blues and some yellow greens and some reds. All in very delicate prints. And there's even, oh dear, come on. Stripes. Oh, there's even stripes in here. Isn't that awesome? Sold 125 is Emma, sold 125, and that is also $47.99 for 10-inch layer cake from Moda with 42 10-inch squares. Okay? Now, if you're teaching a 9 or 10-year-old or 8-year-old even to quilt, we don't usually want them to use a rotary cutter for a good long time, right? So getting a charm pack is really great. It's short enough that they can learn to sew those seams on a short piece of fabric, because the shorter, typically it doesn't wander as much, right? They don't have to push as hard. Their hands are smaller, so they can work with that really well. And they can do, what's nice about a charm pack is all the colors coordinate, so when they get done, they have a lovely 5-inch squares across, maybe 6 down, you know, do 5 by 6 or 6 by 7. And you could then border it if you want to, or just bind it and be done. And it's a great way to get your youngsters interested in sewing without them having to do any cutting. Because it's just, you know, the cutting is scary, don't you think? So that was the Emma layer cake. Now we have Freedom Road, again, Kansas Troubles. Kansas Troubles definitely has that muted feel to it. Reds and blues. Brenda would like this. It's definitely more her style. Isn't it funny how we all have styles and the fabrics we gravitate to? I'm a jewel tone person myself, but I've always have been. So that's sold 127, Freedom Road layer cake by Moda, Kansas Troubles. So wonderful. I think this one's fun. Look at this one, guys. This would be really fun to have in your sewing room. See all the different sewing related items on there. So there's a pair of scissors. Can you see that? Some safety pins right here. Buttons. Right here, there's some buttons. Straight pins right there. There's straight pins. So this is called So Wonderful by Paper and Cloth. This is also Moda. I'm trying to see how best to do that. I'm not sure what the best way is to do that. All right. Some pretty beautiful colors, especially for spring, don't you think? I think those are great. Oh, it reminds you of home. Yes. Which one, Judith? Kansas Troubles or So Wonderful? Okay, this one really speaks to me, and it's called Midnight in the Garden or Midnight Garden. I'm not sure which.
Midnight in the Garden.
Midnight in the Garden. I don't know why, but this pink and dark charcoal, just, I really like this colorway. And it has some really fun floral prints in here. Some that are a little bit larger. Oh, there we go. That's not bad. A little bit larger in scale, and some that are a little bit smaller in scale. But I think this is really a fun, and it's charcoal-y. I don't know how well that comes through on the camera, but I think this is really pretty. We had somebody come in today and buy an entire bolt. East Coast Kansas Troubles. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I guess it would, wouldn't it? Especially New Jersey would definitely have that early country feel, right? You know, 19th century. Okay, so this is Midnight in the Garden. Layer cake by Moda. Designer on this one is Sweetfire Road. Oh, I like Sweetfire Road, actually. I'm very drawn to them, I've discovered. How many?
What happened?
Okay, did I go away? Am I back? Somebody tell me if we're back. Hang on a minute.
Okay, you're back over here.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Because I'm not back over here. Everybody, who can see me, guys? I got to talk fast now because my phone has decided that it wants to go bye-bye. I am back. Okay. Sorry about that. I normally charge my phone and I forgot to bring my charger back from my trip last week. Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate you telling me that. I apologize. I still have 20%, but it gave me a notice, and when it does that, it blanks out the feed. Go figure. All right, the app is good. All right, great. Oh, I'm glad you're on the app. I like the app. It's a little bit faster to respond. So let me find out where we were. We were at Midnight in the Garden. So now we're moving on to Bella Solids Layer Cake. Always need white. This is a great way to have white as a backup. When you're working on various quilts, white can always save you. If you've screwed something up, sometimes you can slip some white in there. So it's really nice to have that. This is a great way to have, small sections that you can put in, cut up for cornerstones, add in to a pieced border or pieced binding. White, it can never go wrong. Sold $130 for the Bella Solid. So this is Moda's solid line on the white, and they actually have a very nice white. It's pretty robust, so it feels really good. Oh, Carl won't let me put it over there. I have to give it to him. He's being very picky, people, very picky. So here is one more of the Sweet Tea and Honeybees that's down here at 131. And this is 131. Is this the table runner?
Yes.
This is so
Oh
cute.
wait, I'm not sure if it's table. It's
No, this is the 10-inch squares. Okay, table runner's coming. 10-inch squares. This line is so sweet. I think it's awesome for, is that upside down? No, that's right. Easter coming up, spring coming up, perfect timing. And such pretty fabrics, and like we said, oh, I wish we had field vision, because this is just, I mean, I can't feel it through the plastic, but I've got it out on bolts out there, and it's one that I go to when I feel like I need to calm down a little bit and pet some fabric. Anyone pet fabric? I love to pet fabric. It just is so relaxing. It's just so nice. So that was sold $131, and the cost on that
$36.99.
$36.99. So, anyone familiar with the Villa Rosa patterns? I say Villa Rosa, maybe you say Villa Rosa. This is a stack of
4. Yeah.
4 different patterns. It's a bundle, and it's $8 for 4 patterns. And all of these patterns are pre-cut friendly. Some of them are 2.5-inch strips. And this one, for example, that may or may not be in there. I think this one is in every one of them. Is 5-inch squares. We actually have this table runner. We've kitted this before. We'll probably kit it again because it's really quite nice and it works out really nice. That picture doesn't do it justice. It's really cool looking. We have it in the store. You use them all the time, Kathy? Yeah, they're fabulous. If you need something quick, something easy, something fun, these Villa Rosa patterns, they're $2. We have a whole stack of them at the cash register, and they go out all the time as people come in and just grab a pattern or two. It's a great way. They are coming out with new patterns all the time, and we get new ones in every month. So be watching for that when you're here in the store, and hopefully we'll have that on the website very, very soon. All right, Sweet Tea and Honeybees sold $134. This sold $134. Sweet Tea and Honey. Looks like I lost the sold $133. Oopsies. Sometimes I was on the phone visiting with one of the gals I made friends with from Alabama, and having a grand time hearing how things were going for her this week, and I got a little behind. But isn't it fun to connect with new friends, old and new friends, right? That's part of what's so fun about this. I love to have you guys on and chatting and talking to me. It's just so much a part of what I love about the quilting community. So thank you for being here and chatting with me tonight. Hopefully you can find something that you just would love to have in your stash. This is called the Boxed In Table Runner by RB. It's called a Quick Kit. What is really nice, I think this is the most adorable table runner, and I think it's just perfect timing for spring. The price on this is $54.99. But let me tell you what's so awesome about Quick Kits from RB Studios. If any of you are not familiar with them, they're really, really cool. This has 30 strips pre-cut to 1 7/8 by 9 inches. Aren't you grateful you are not cutting that? I hate cutting 1 7/8. It has 27-inch half square triangles for a total of 50 pieces already cut. It has the border fabric, the binding fabric, and the backing fabric. So it's one of those unusual ones that has everything. It has detailed instructions. So all you need is your sewing machine, your sewing supplies, and your batting of choice. And you can whip this little puppy out in just a quick minute. Well, maybe not a minute, but the cutting's done. You open this up and you start sewing. So I think they're awesome. I think they are awesome. And I think this is so cute. Who agrees with me? It's called Boxed In. I think it's an adorable table runner. Let me tell you how big it measures. It finishes at 19 by 67. So actually a very nice size. Very nice size for your dining room table. All right, Boxed In Table Runner by RB Studios. Quick kit, ready to sew. No cutting required. Other than your trimming up of your blocks to get everything nice and even and ready to go. So that is sold $134. Sold $134. So if you want to drop that in your cart, just type in sold, bit of space, and $134. If you're on the app, you just have to tap that picture and tell it to go in the cart. Very easy on the app, but it works on Facebook as well. Just hit sold $134. All right, this is a new one that we got in just recently. Well, you know what? It's new to me. I don't remember seeing it, and I didn't see it out on the shelves very much. It's from Marcus Fabrics, called Material Matters. Madders. I thought that was kind of a cute play on words. Material Matters. And very beautiful study in browns. And some sage greens. Oh, cannot figure out how to get this. I will practice. But here's just a few. That's a fun one. There's a pretty green. There's a lighter one. Very low volume there on that print. Pretty floral. Oh, look at that. Very, very pretty. Very pretty. Top in on the long but are not mounted if you want to show it. Oh, okay. Anyways, so Material Matters by Cheryl Johnson. This is Marcus Fabrics. That one is sold $135. And the price on that?
$49.99.
$49.99. Every manufacturer has a different price. And so now what we've put together, let me get the sample up first, is a really fun way to put together something very, very quick, especially for a grandchild, a niece, whatever. This is Little Briar Rose Pink Castle, and all that Naomi actually did this. She's so great at it. She just did piano key borders. So you cut your strips 2.5 inches, Naomi, and then 4.5, and they finish out at 2 by 4. Just create that together, put the border on, quilt it, bind it, and you're ready to go. I think this only took her a couple hours. Oh, the table runner. Oh, okay. Oh. Anyways, let me back up so you can see this. We have put this into a little kit. And it is sold $138, and it has the pink castle. This has the panel and enough material, plenty of material to make your piano key border. Okay? You'll just need to cut your strips. A couple of quick cuts actually, because one cut will get you the 2 strips that you need. And it'll come like this with the panel and the coordinating fabrics. Okay? That is sold $138, and the cost on that is on the back $19.99. Ooh, good deal on that. Oh, I was feeling generous, wasn't I? Anyways, It's the panel. Is it a? Yeah. And then we've got the blue castle
Oh.
as well, which is sold $137. Oh, how did I do that? I got them backwards. And this is the blue panel. So you can see the difference is mostly in the background and the roof. All right, so that's the blue one. That's the blue one. And give me the pink one back so they can see it for comparison. And then this is the pink one finished. Okay? Each little kit has the panel and the fabric for the piano keyboarder. Okay? Little Briar Rose sold $137 or sold $138 depending on whether or not you want the pink or the blue. Comes in a little kit just like this. Ready to go. You'll have it done that fast. Naomi whipped that out. And it looks so cute. And trust me, little girls love this. We know this. We have one in here today. And she was in love with it. Because so we will do that. That's everything tonight. Now, like I said, you got to check out quick tonight because I forgot to change it back from yesterday. I'll try and change it, but I don't know that I can. So check out quick tonight. You can shop the replay. I'm hoping if I change it, it'll maybe give you a little bit longer to check out on the replay. But you can see the replay in the app. I don't know how many of you knew that, but you can. And you can actually go back and see the last couple of weeks in there too. Not everything is still there, but the last couple of weeks are. And then you can also watch the replay on Facebook, okay? And you can shop the replay just like we're shopping tonight. I just won't answer you in real time, but I do go back and look at the comments and try and answer your comments and questions then. So if you're watching the replay with us tonight, thank you so much and welcome. We're so grateful you took the time to watch us tonight. Do grab those brown bags. You've got all month to get in the Facebook group with Karen Montgomery and see all of her daily tips to better piecing. There'll be posts, there'll be pictures, there'll be videos. It just depends on what it is. And so great opportunity to have a great group of quilters from all over the country working on the same pattern, but with so many different fabrics, there will be very few that will end up the same. In fact, they won't, because you guys will finish them differently. And it's a wonderful way. You know, sometimes when we do classes and block of the months, everybody ends up the same. This one won't. This one is going to be very unique because most of them only have we're only doing a few of each colorway, and we're continuing to cut. We'll have some boutiques coming up, so watch the website, watch the Facebook page. I'll let you know when they're coming. And we can you can pop those in. If you're in store, you can drop in and see there, but you can buy them on the website. I'm so excited. Can you tell I'm excited? Anyway, happy Groundhog Day, everybody. I hope it wraps around for you several times so you can get that project done. Take care and good night.